That is trippy. Well, I hear you. Your mic's on, Carlos.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am fantastic. How about you?
Always good, my friend. Always good. Glad to hear that. I know we got some numbers coming out right now, or just came out, and I see the SPY reacting. Let's take a look there to see what's going on. Not sure if you have the numbers yet, but it looks initially positive at the moment.
Yeah, I don't see the numbers yet. I'm sure they'll be out momentarily. But this is the jobless claims. Usually an indication as to whether the economy is growing or not. In this case, we actually want to see the jobless claims go up. So, and it looks like Susan's reporting that it's 211,000 versus projected estimated 195. So, a little bit of an increase there. And like you said, it always seems ironic to me when, hey, there's more people, out of work, so the market goes up. But there you go.
Yeah, it's a, it's
Welcome
a
to economics.
it's a weird thing, but that's definitely how this thing works. Artie, by the way, is putting a lot of great content on Twitter in regards to this. So make sure you follow Artie on Twitter. I'll get you his, I don't know his tweet by memory, but I'll get it to you in a second here, in a couple of minutes. So, yeah, very interesting stuff here. We're going, market is going green as we're looking on the screen at the moment, and that is acting positive. Let me go ahead and just link something here. And here we go. Excellent. All right, let's take a look at quickly at what happened yesterday. Didn't have a whole lot on deck. I had Rivian, I had Tesla, and AMD. So again, not a huge list yesterday. And it was not a bad day. It's an interesting day, but not a horrible day. Here was Rivian initially showing some weakness, sold off, did bounce back. I didn't find any good opportunity for the way I like to trade at the old market open, but it did move well. I can't say it did not, but I just couldn't find anything really on it. But here you have the pop above the high of the day. They continue all the way towards 1497, a level that we had on our charts, and then from there just didn't do a whole lot of movement, but it did give you a very nice morning on Rivian. Here's Tesla, probably one of the best shorts that there was that I have seen on Tesla in a while. Look at this rejection. This doesn't quite qualify for a rising double. I know there's I've been getting a lot of questions to do a video on the rising double, and we will once we find a real good one. But nice rejection here. You can see the drop below the low of the pre-market at 184.35, and then the beautiful continuation. And if you missed this move, you did get an opportunity to test the VWAP here and join in or even add to your position if that's part of your strategy. So you can see that right on there, how beautiful that was. And then the continuation all the way down to 181, a level that we had. You can see how well that traded, and then even further down to 180. So that was Tesla, very clean, especially that first half of the morning. AMD here had a beautiful continuation, not a great start, right? The first couple of minutes was a little bit rough, up and down every candle. overlapping the previous ones. That's always tough. But when you have this and you build that range, it can turn out to be a really good opportunity if you're not going long and short here and getting stopped out left and right, right? If you're patient and wait for a setup, beautiful pre-market high breakout, 82.95 was your level. We had that yesterday. You could see the resistance you had there that morning. And I remember they had great volume too, Peter, in the morning. That's probably one of the better ones yesterday. And look at the nice breakout we had here on AMD. So that was yesterday.
Yeah, Paris.
Yeah.
I think Paris showed our members in the room some great trading on it. What he was doing,
Yeah.
I didn't catch the move, not my setup, but yeah, he got some great opportunities against it.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. I know also Andrew called his short on Tesla. I believe Thor had called it out and he took advantage of it. So again, so a lot of good opportunities in the room that were called out yesterday. All right, with that said, our gappers list this morning, we have a ton in the red. Being led, majority of the stuff on here, and I'm going to try to mark all of them if I can, are Chinese tickers, right? So we do like some of these, Baba especially, but they're leading the gap down. Well, not leading, they're taking over the gap down list this morning. And then we got a couple also joining the party, Riot and Coin. So it should be interesting to see what's going on with these tickers. On the upside of things, I'm only aware of two, PayPal and GE. The other ones, we'll see how they trade. They might not be the best, but we'll dive into them to see what's happening there. Peter, overall stuff for today. We had the jobless number come out already, and
Yeah,
anything else that we should be on
and
the lookout for?
well, we just came through 2 days of Powell speaking. So, as expected, we got pretty predictable moves in both cases, more pronounced on Tuesday than yesterday, but that's now behind us. We do have a bar that's speaking at 10, but usually that doesn't have much of a market impact. That being said, he did make a speech about a month ago, maybe or so, where did definitely the market reacted to it, but I don't expect that in this case. So that's really it. Pretty quiet day on the economic news. Globally, definitely seeing down markets across the world, and that's we're seeing that drag in North America as well. And I'm hoping actually it's going to be a good trading day that provides us some opportunities. Once again, we've got some of the good old favorites leading the way, and I'm looking over there because I'm looking at my chart of Tesla, which we will talk about in a couple of minutes. So let's get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to go ahead and change our title today to Market Reacts to Jobless Claim Numbers. There we go. That's more convenient. I couldn't find anything exciting today. I'm like, there's just nothing. And you're right. It's a very quiet morning. There's nothing that stuck out. And when I'm thinking about this title, I just couldn't think of anything. And that fits the bill right now. All right, guys, let's get into our gappers list this morning. We'll start here with OCEA. And at the moment, they are up 55%, which is a very nice pop here. These guys have done this before. They did it here back in 2 weeks ago, the 23rd, all the way from what seems to be 6, maybe 625, up to 26.25. I don't recall how this traded, but I got to tell you, the price action this morning looks, I know they got the ABCD pattern going, which we like on these lower flow stocks, but it doesn't look clean for some reason. It's just something about it's not fluid on this.
This is definitely a low float stock sitting at about 7.5 million shares in the float. It's a biomedical company, which means that they tend to jump on news regarding their research. In this case, they released data on their anti-tumor pathway program, and that's what's caused the jump here this morning. So, like you said, you got to be careful on low floats. This one actually it doesn't look bad, and the volume is decent, but not what I usually trade.
Yeah, actually, when I pulled up the 1 minute, it does look better. It's the 5 minute looks funky. If you look at the 5 minute, it just looks a little bit weird. But the 1 minute actually looks pretty good. I agree with that. Let's put it here as one of our low floats. But before we do that, let's go ahead and remove Control A, Control X, gets rid of everything there from before. CrowdStrike doesn't want to leave. We will have to do that one manually. There we go. And we got some other ones here that don't want to exit. Okay, there it is. So let's add it here. OCEA. We'll put that on the risky pile. Again, the volume is great right now. Low flow stock, guys, sitting at we said 9, almost 7 million shares flow. So be extra cautious with that one today. Next on our list. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. Next on our list is ASAN. And this is a 14.5, not a low float, 77 million shares flow. So there should be some news causing this pop this morning. Peter, anything worth watching on this one?
Yeah, two elements of news this morning. They had earnings, and they reported after the close yesterday. Had good numbers, so that's part of it. The other one that I thought was interesting is the CEO sort of said he's looking at buying up to 30 million shares of the stock. So showing support of the company. Obviously, he's overpaid. If looking at that, you know what? And I'm doing something bad here because I say he, I'm assuming it's a he, but that could be totally wrong. The
Peter,
CEO, I
Peter,
don't know who
Peter,
the
Peter.
CEO is. I don't know. I'm just
And
trying. Who's the CEO? Maybe
yeah,
she
maybe
is
she is.
overpaid
Yeah,
and
yeah.
looking to buy too many shares. I don't know, but that was the news, anyways. The CEO plans to buy 30 million shares. So
All right, we'll see how that. Definitely got a reaction this morning. Could it be an overreaction? I mean, you're at 14.7. We will have to see. So again, be careful on this thing. Um, maybe a possible, I would think. We do have
yeah,
shares for
I think
sure.
at best that's and it is a he, I guess. Dustin Moskovitz is the CEO.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. Well, we'll keep an eye on this one, guys. Again, it has volume. It has the gap up this morning, selling down at the moment. Maybe there could be an opportunity for us to trade this here today. EBS, we've seen this plenty of times on our list. It doesn't trade very well, very light volume, and today's not looking any more exciting than we have seen in the past. So I probably would skip on this one, Peter, unless you have something that's worth looking at this morning.
I couldn't find any news really much at all on EBS, so I have no idea why it's moving. If anybody knows, let us know. But they're a drug manufacturer. Not a low float, but close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Their earnings were like a week and a half ago, so yeah, I don't know why it's gone. I've moved past.
All right, yeah, definitely don't want to be involved. Even more so when there's no specific news causing this pop, right? It just doesn't make any sense at the moment. So we'll keep that one off the list for now. Now here's one that we know very well. Here is PayPal, and they're up 2.7 this morning, and looks like earnings after hours yesterday. No, excuse me. Oh, actually, earnings is tonight, based on what I have here, after hours. So they're moving pre earning, looks like, at the moment. Not a whole lot of volume right now. It is up 2.7. They're daily not bad. The last couple of days, you see a little bit of action here. It looks like it wants to get going, maybe towards the top, but just doesn't have great volume. You might need to wait for the market open on this one. Anything besides earnings? Anything else that might be causing this slight move here, Peter?
I think their earnings are not for another month,
Oh, did I read that
but
wrong? Yeah.
I think it's May. But
Okay.
I mean, the news that I'm seeing is that their CFO is stepping down. Again, don't. I mean, I assume it's personal reasons. They were on leave and then made the decision to step down. That seems to be the main news that
Hmm.
I see out there. But yeah, that's not usually that doesn't move a stock significantly. I don't know the CFO, so I don't know whether they're extremely influential. There's Blake Jorgensen, but that's who's leaving.
Yeah, yeah, it's not enough for this one here. So yeah, we'll put this to the side for now. I'm not gonna add it on my list yet. If we see it hit the scanners, we can always look at it. GE is on here, but GE, as you guys know, is man, GE at 89. So this thing has had a nice little pop since July and October of last year, but it doesn't trade very well. Not great volume. It is up 3%, but not one that I like to have on my list this morning. So let's see what's gapping down today. We do have quite a few on here. We have SIVB, and this is down 28%. So definitely getting crushed today. Very light volume, and I'm concerned with stocks like this that don't get a whole lot of volume at this price range. Usually the spread could be pretty nasty, pretty wide. So not one that I'm probably going to be looking at. Just doesn't fit my criteria. Anything on
Yeah,
this?
this is another sector we haven't talked much about because they don't appear on our list, but this is a regional bank. Banking sector is another one that generally doesn't trade well. Sometimes when you get high market activity, you can trade the major banks, right? Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They can sometimes move, and we will sometimes watch them. I know that Jared especially will keep an eye on them. This is, as I said, a smaller regional bank. They had a secondary offering, and it's clearly was not well received by the market as they've had a 30% sell off, and it's their worst performance in over 23 years. So yeah, it's been a bad day at at the SVB Financial Group.
Yeah, yeah. No donuts this morning at the office, that's for sure for these guys. Let's head on down over to ARHS, and today they are down 11.4. Very light volume. Again, just not a ticket that I recognize, not anything that might be worth having on our list this morning.
No.
Next, we have a NDB, and then this is made our list. This is MongoDB. It's made our list here and there, gaps up and down plenty of times. It doesn't trade very well. Horrible intraday trading ticker. Very light on volume. Again, another one that I'll gladly skip here. We do have SB. Yeah.
MDB, just to fill out the picture, they
Mhm.
had earnings last night. A little bit disappointing. They beat their numbers, but they announced soft revenue or lowered revenue expectations going forward. So that's why we're seeing it on the gap down list.
Okay. Yeah, so again, just not looking all that hot this morning. SBNY, these guys are down 6.1, 130,000 shares traded. Man, this one again, another, it looks like a bank as well, right? Signature Bank, and they just don't trade very well, especially if they're not well known like a JP Morgan, West Fargo, the big guys. I'm just not liking this one at all. So, unless anything good, we'll head down to the next one.
No, I mean, I think this is sympathy to the Silvergate. If you remember, they
Okay.
were they're still still in
Yeah.
trouble, still saying that they don't think they're going to survive and may go bankrupt. And I guess this bank had an interest in them, and it's causing a
Yeah.
sympathy move.
You guys remember we said these guys are going to head even lower. They're not on our list anymore. Oh, because they're probably under $5, right? So they're falling off our
It's
gappers
under
list.
$5, yeah.
Yeah, our gappers list, by the way, guys, is anything above $5, and this is now at 310. So, man, what a disaster. So, yep, down today. Speaking of down 37%. I mean, just a huge gap down. Here
Yeah, yeah.
is
When you get to be $3, it's easy to move 30% in a day
yeah,
because the price is so. Especially considering you got to remember, SI was a stock that was $30. Well, $25, right?
yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago. So can you imagine holding this and your holdings are worth 1/10 what they were just 2 weeks ago? That would not make anybody happy. So yeah, it's there's blood on the walls.
Oh yeah, yep. That definitely hurts. Here's Billy, guys. So again, we got tons of Chinese tickers. We got Billy. We have JD. JD looks decent today. 1.5 million shares traded, down 3.8. So I like what's happening there this morning on JD. Might be worth putting on our list.
Yeah, JD's a little different than the rest of the Chinese stocks, only in that they did have earnings just this morning. Mixed results. They beat on revenue, missed on their earnings per share. So it's really just sort of jumping around here a little bit, but definitely looks like it's going to be in play because they do have the volume this morning.
Yeah, I agree. So JD, the first one on our list this morning. Then we have more Chinese tickers. We have Billy, we have PDD, as I mentioned earlier. We have, what's the other one? Bob, and we had Neo here as well. Bob is gapping down 2.1. Again, not a huge gap down this morning, but it is 2.1. And we do have some volume here, 646,000. And again, the bloodbath on Baba continues, guys. I mean, if you look at this here, we topped out at 110, roughly around this area. From then, it's just been a highway to hell here. Has not been able to find some support. We were trying to hold here at 187, which is the previous day close, and we now have gone nicely below that. So it might be worth watching today. Maybe it's a possible if we can get some kind of weakness continuation here as we start losing some key support that we have had in the past.
Yeah, I don't see any major news. Like you said, a lot of Chinese stocks here. No major news, just a resurgence of what we already know. Chinese spending habits have decreased because of the impact of COVID. They're still feeling it within the economy. Most of these stocks are, online retailers or are consumer discretionary type purchases, which means that they're going to be directly impacted by that downturn in spending. So, again, the news, that's not new. But every once in a while, it's almost like investors get reminded of that, and then they get nervous, and everything goes on the red list, and then it bounces back in a little bit. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We'll put them as a
It's a
positive
big
for
bag
now.
of noodles.
Yeah,
Raph was
yeah.
reminding me of one of my favorite sayings.
Yep, yep. We'll see what happens there. Then we have Riot, we have Mara, and we have Coin. All three of these are on here down to between 2.1 and 2.4. Again, I always put Coin on the list, and I never trade it. It's just it never does anything good, man. The pre-market looks great. They might have some news with Bitcoin, everything going on, and
Uh,
when I look at it, just don't get excited to touch it.
I do the same thing. I've got it on one of
Yeah,
my watch screens here down in the corner, and I keep it there and never trade it. It's one of
yeah.
those that it's like BA. Boeing is the other one for me that I keep on the screen over here, and I'm not sure why I do. I just feel like I should, but I never actually end up trading it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm not even gonna add it on here today. So let's just save us some space here, right? But that's what we have on our gap up and gap down list. Peter, anything you like on your end today?
Well, I definitely have to mention Tesla. I mean,
Of
it's in the
course.
news again. We're seeing some volume already this morning and some movement. The 5 million shares traded hands here.
Mm,
It's not on our list only because the move now is within 1% of yesterday's close. But you see, that's only because we got this pull up just before we got on the microphone.
yeah.
They've got a safety recall. You probably heard in the news, or may not, that their steering wheels apparently can detach, and that's caused safety concern. I can't imagine
Well,
why. Can't you just, the car can drive itself? What do you need a steering wheel for?
yeah.
But
What do you use
apparently
steering wheel
that's
for? Put
a.
on
But
autopilot.
also, some bold analysts actually downgraded it. They took it off a buy and put it to a neutral. I just thought it was interesting that I was getting a news where people were reacting with shock and horror that somebody would dare downgrade Tesla. But it's happened. So we'll see. We'll see if others get some backbone and decide to follow suit. But for the moment, really Tesla's just it continues to just stay in the news with whatever news that is. Usually, right? We see it recover. It's bouncing around in its zone. Now that being said, if you look at the daily chart, it's at the bottom end of that range. I mean, the last couple of days we've been pulling it just slowly down below that range it was holding in for the last 2.5 weeks. So it does look like we could drop further. 200 is well in the rearview mirror, at least at this point, and we may be heading more towards 170 and below than we are higher. But that being said, never count never count Tesla down and out, right? I mean, it's every time you think it's dead, it resurges like a phoenix from the ashes. So
It surely does. No lack of volume, as you mentioned, 5.2 million, and not hitting our scanners because of that gap down. It's not enough, but it's got some range to it this morning. I mean, already this pop here, guys, is $5, four
yeah.
dollars. We're going from 176 almost to 180, right? So it can move, man. It really can.
The second one I wanted to mention, Carlos, not on our gappers list, but Nvidia. Nvidia has been another stable, good mover. It's at the opposite end of the spectrum. They're sitting at, is it not all-time highs, but certainly at a recent high, and looking strong. Reasonable volume pre-market, 780,000 shares, roughly 775, and it's been trading well once the opening bell rings. So might be worth keeping on that. Like I don't no reason why we should expect it to move today, other than if you look at that daily chart, look how it's been hitting its head right at the level it's sitting at right now. So if it pops above that, we could see a good run up, at least a few dollars to 245, 250 if it gets a little wind in its sails.
I completely agree. I like that daily as well, guys. So adding NVIDIA on deck here also. So we'll take a look at that. And Susan, you did mention a big move yesterday, but yeah, that big move setting up nicely for today, right? So we're just slightly getting above here, above that area of resistance. George on YouTube is asking for Meta. Let's take a look at Meta. Meta has been great the last couple of days, right? They've been doing pretty decent, especially these wide body candles here. Those are very nice. So today we're not doing a whole lot pre-market. But, the pre-market game has not been great, right? So if you look at some of the days that we had action on this thing that traded very well, the pre-market hasn't looked all that exciting. So I wouldn't go too crazy on it. I mean, today looks like it's the worst one out of all the pre-market activities we've seen. Even yesterday, although it didn't trade too well yesterday. Even yesterday we had more activity, more movement. The day before that also was very clean here. But for the most part, you're not getting a whole lot of pre-market with these guys. But might be worth watching, even as a possible maybe. Maybe not on our main list, but maybe a possible for now. And then if it gets better, we can always move this up. Um, Pedro says Meta has a nice inside value outside day setup and can relate the pivot points, but not much volume. Exactly, Pedro. I agree 100%. We just need more volume on this thing, but that can come at the market open. Excellent. Check if anything else we should look at. Rivian, I know that's been moving a ton. Let's go ahead. Rivian here. Not much volume today. It could pick up, but again, it's been very, very active the last couple of weeks. I'm not seeing a whole lot happening right now though. So maybe.
One of our
Yeah.
members is mentioning Fuel Cell, FCEL. They
Wow.
did have earnings
Mm-hmm.
and have popped up here a little over 7% with just over 500,000 shares. Pre-market action looks very spotty on it. Didn't hit our list because it's under $5 again, so it's now
Mm-hmm.
into that low price range. It has been for, I don't know, quite a long time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. I haven't followed this a lot. It tends to, from what I remember of it, it tends to be mostly computers trading it, the algorithm trading. I could see that sort of yesterday into the close on the chart. So if you like it, by all means, but probably won't hit a primary list for me.
Yeah, I agree. Man, we used to trade this a ton. This is a blast from the past. But yeah, I'm not looking all hot today. Um, AMD has volume. I'm hearing here. Let's take a look. AMD, yeah, 1.2 million. So it had a big day yesterday. Some good volume. Might be worth putting on our list today as well. Also getting a similar pop like Nvidia is this morning. Might be worth also having on deck today. So we'll throw that on there. All right, so fuel. So we have Uber. Man, Uber, unless there's anything big going on, it is a no for me. It's just that bad when it comes to intraday trading. They just don't move. They don't move well at all. Um, they had a big pop yesterday after hours. Did they have anything going on?
Yeah, right after the close, they did have some news that they were considering spinning off their freight logistics division. Didn't even know they had a freight
I was
logistics
gonna say they
division.
have that. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, had no idea. But anyways, so I mean that was the news that I saw. Whether that'll translate into market action today, I honestly don't know.
Hmm.
But that's why it's moving.
All right, interesting. I mean, we've seen bigger news out of these guys, and they don't trade well. And I think this one might not be that big
Yeah.
as far as the market's not reacting at all to this. Besides just yesterday, and now it's pretty much not doing anything. So we'll keep it off the list for now. And yeah, we'll definitely let's stop here, guys. You can always come back and check some more tickets that you guys have on here. I missed this one, NC Trader. Let's check you out. It's a EXAS. And oh no. This is just nothing happening here, guys. No volume. Yeah, somebody made a mistake here and ordered 20,000 units in error. They probably meant to trade something else. All right, let's move over to community events and announcements, and we will come back and look at more stuff. I know the list again. The list lately has not been has not been blockbuster like, but we're finding opportunities to trade every day. So we'll continue to look for those.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty, right? You can always find opportunity in the market, no matter how big or small the list is. And at least I like these days personally; they work well for me. In
Yeah.
our news, we've had a week of activity. It's Thursday today. We're heading towards the tail end here. Monday started with our onboarding classes. Tuesday, I was able to deliver a webinar in my 1 to 10. Yesterday, we had our psychology session with Creta, and Creta gave a nice presentation there. That'll be in our education center. Next week, we're still, it's a surprise speaker that's going to be talking to you on the 14th. Carlos, I guess we need to take more action to do something about that.
I asked. I didn't get a response.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
is it a holiday? Are we off? Maybe we're off.
no,
I'm gonna go with that.
not usually on a Tuesday.
I'm gonna go that we're off.
Yeah, we must. Anyways, I'll poke the bear. We'll figure out what's going on there. But we do know that next Wednesday on the psychology front, Mike's going to be presenting his psychology on "Show Me the Money." So we'll be enjoying and looking forward to that. It's Thursday today, which means that we've got our mentorship sessions. So 11 o'clock with John is going to be in the webinar room, and then Thor later tonight at 8 p.m. So please join us for those sessions. If you're an elite member, you can get access to that webinar room for everything we've got going on. And then we start over again next week, like we said, with great stuff, starting with our onboarding again on Monday. What's open all the time? Trading Terminal. Go to tradingterminal.com and it's always there with anything you need on news, market replay. You can actually watch the market live if you don't have a real-time data tool that you're paying for and you're just getting into trading. Check out Trading Terminal. It's completely free. You can watch the market move in real time. You can put the volume on your chart. You can watch the stock move. It is to the millisecond, frankly, with the markets. I watch it against my paid DAS platform, and it is right there. So it's great news. Just call that up, and you can watch it. If you want more information about what the markets are doing, everything from insiders to news to IPOs to earnings, it's all there. Go check it out. One of the things that we haven't talked about this week, but is great in there, is the Academy. In the Academy, we've got all sorts of courses that are a la carte. You can buy them if you want to dig deep on a specific topic. One of the most popular we've got is Paris's course on sort of reading the tape in level 2. It is fantastic. If you really want to understand how to leverage that in your trading, it's what he does every day, and very, very successfully. I mean, he's transitioned from a job to a full-time trader, living the dream. And but he's going to show you sort of how he approached it, and maybe you can leverage some of that in your own trading. So check it out. All right, all that being said, if you wanted to join us here in the room, we'd love to have you. You consider joining. Now, if you want to join and just if you want to just check us out and investigate some of our courses to see what the material is, it doesn't include the chat room and it doesn't include the webinars. We're going to get this right, darn it. But what it does include is all of our day trading and options courses and the onboarding class that Carlos does on Monday. So join now, you will get it next Monday, or wait till Monday and then you get a full week starting with that onboarding class. Either way, we say free. There is a $1 nominal fee just to keep the bots out of it. The bots don't have money, so but the dollar fee is just to keep everybody honest. But hopefully you'll consider that and see the value that we've got in there. We're very confident of our offerings and what we've got. Hopefully you'll check it out and find the same. If you wanted to then join us, you can use one of our monthly build programs or the best deal, which is the Elite Annual, which gives you access to everything. That one I'm confident in. Everything's checked here on the screen. You get everything we've got, right? There's no holds barred. And as a community, you'll find we're very responsive. Not only it's the fixed classes, it's the live chat rooms, both stocks and options. It's access to the moderators. You can reach out to us anytime, right? Both when we're in the room and otherwise. Email us. We're happy to respond, happy to help our members. Those that are in a room can attest to that, right? If you reach out, we'll get back to you and help out. So I love this community. I love being part of it. So hopefully you will consider joining as well. With that, we got a few things to set levels, but not a lot. I've got maybe a few IPOs that we'll be talking about later. Anyways, but I'm going to be watching what I usually watch. So let's get to it.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, let's set levels for these 4 that we have here, and then we have a little bit of time. So if you have any questions, throw them out there. Peter and I would do our best to get to them. Let's start with JD. Got some good volume this morning, guys. Doing very, very well. Love the pre-market 43.60, and then towards the top, you got plenty. The highs and lows of the last 2 trading days are doing the job for you there. Do not need to do anything else. Towards the bottom, let's get something below 43.60 because it looks like we're getting hopefully close to testing this again, and that can provide some opportunities. We're going back into October, November timeframe, and if we look in here, there's quite a nice level at 42.28 if we are going to dive a little bit lower there. So aside of that, I think you're pretty much set on JD. Tesla, tons of volume, continues to climb here above the highs of the last 2 trading days here. We do have 175.95, which is our low of our pre-market. We are almost $5 away from that now. Just look at this incredible move here, guys. So anyone trade this pre-market already? I'm sure there's got to be someone in our community that took advantage of this.
If you go back, somebody actually posted their trade in there.
Oh, yeah? Let's look at that.
The majority of this move. That was around was right as we were getting started. So I don't know who it was. Let me see if I can find it here. But
Oh, here it is. This is on. Very nice. Oh no, it's on Nvidia actually. This is Nvidia. This was a trade on Nvidia someone took
well,
today.
there was a Tesla. I'm pretty confident that
Yeah.
I saw
Well,
that.
let me show this Nvidia in the meantime, guys. This is who made
Here
this
it
trade? Who else? Nvidia traded Nvidia, and what a nice pop he had
is.
here. Look at this. This is a pre-market action, I am assuming. Oh no, this was yesterday. He traded this yesterday. What's the time there? 15:30. I'm not
Well,
sure
there
it's
you go.
located. But yeah.
Nvidia also traded Tesla. It looks like so
Oh,
that's
Nvidia's
another
on
an
fire
active
today.
pre-market. So, anyways, but yeah, good. There you go. That's the one.
This one here.
Yeah, look at that.
Ah, here we go.
Pretty good trade.
Nice. So this is this
So
morning.
get,
Yes.
getting some
Yes.
action pre-market all ready. So well done to our room members.
Guys, doing very, very well. I'm getting a little bit of FOMO here, not trading the pre-market with you guys, but save some action for us. All right. Excellent. Let's get
Oh, even Norm's getting in on the action, posting his trade. Look
Norm
at
also
that.
traded. Okay, here we got look at Norm
Look at
also in the
that.
action here.
Should have known. Norm knows how to take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Being
he's
that he's up at
he's in
4 a.m.
early.
every day. Look
Yeah,
at that.
his
He
entry's
got
right
in
over
good and
here.
early and just waited for it to hit. Well done.
Guys, this is the stuff you don't see if you're on YouTube. I mean, you got to be part of a community, guys. So important. So definitely come check us out. It's important to not trade alone. I mean, it's one is boring. You're gonna miss out on a whole lot of fun. Plus, you're gonna miss
More.
out on some really good educational stuff as well. So definitely check us out. All right, guys. Tesla here flirting with 180. Andrew says, yes, I think 180 is important. I 100% agree. If you look at 180 here, you've seen a lot of support and resistance right around that area. So it loves 180 for whatever reason. I think it's an important level, and you're seeing the action right now, right around that 180 level. So towards the top, guys, you're pretty much set highs and lows for the last two trading days. You do have this 202 all the way up here. I'm going to upgrade that now. Well, not upgrade, but I'm going to update it to 199. That's the next level if we do get any kind of crazy pop here in the pre-market. It's far out, but you know, you never know. Tesla can give you these big days here, especially if, when investors start, when analysts start downgrading it. Tesla likes to prove them wrong very quickly. So hopefully we can see that today. 170.18. The next level below 175.94. Just in case we do get a flush there, we're ready to go. All right, let's head over to NVIDIA, who again has an incredible, beautiful daily here, guys, for a possible breakout. Low of the pre-market on NVIDIA is going to be 238.87, so we'll slam a level there. High of a pre-market is now at 243.19, so we'll throw another level there as well, and that is looking pretty good. Let's go to the left here. Let's go to the left and see when was the last time we were up in that area. March, April timeframe of last year. So we're coming up. Look at this drop we've seen here. We're coming up on a year now since we've been around this area, so just incredible. Above this 242 of 243.19, the next best level I see, guys, is 250.61. I know that's pretty far out. There's actually another one right on here. There's actually a better one, 247.53. Well, yeah, we'll throw a level there, and I think we are pretty much set there when it comes to NVIDIA today. All right, last on our list, last on our list, but not the least, is AMD. And AMD also throwing some good volume around 1.3 million shares. High of the pre-market at the moment, 85.70. So we will put a level there, and also one down at the low of the pre-market, down at 184.41. And once you do that, you're pretty set towards the bottom. I don't think you need to add anything else. You know, keep this list very, very clean and simple. Towards the top, we are going to put a level at 86.63, and then obviously all the way up here we have a nice one at 87.97. All right, excellent, guys. I think we're pretty much set there when it comes to levels. What else we got going on here, guys? Anything else happening that we should be looking at? No, Peter?
No, sorry, you're asking me. No, nothing. I mean, I was busy watching pictures
Are you
of
trading? Are you
Norm's
trading,
son
Peter?
here.
Are you in a trade
Sorry?
right now? Are you in a trade right
No,
now?
not at all. No, I was more concerned with how much the Tooth Fairy was paying for Decker's teeth, really, based on her pictures in the chat room here. But anyways, that's
Nice, nice. Um, let's see here. I have let's see what we got going on there. I saw a ticker earlier I wanted to look at and I lost it. So my mistake, guys, if I missed a ticker. That's okay. Our moderators list is here, guys. We are set. We have IPOs for today. We have Mike, we have Peter, we have Susan, and we have Thor with their list ready to rock and roll this morning. So, this morning's looking a little bit better, man. Well, at least we don't have a huge list, but the ones we do have on here are starting to look pretty nice. They're starting to give some real good movement, and hopefully we can continue to take advantage of that. Guys, if you haven't done so over on YouTube, we're sitting at a 99 likes. We'd love to get above 150 if we can. So definitely slam that thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel a ton.
We have a member in the room that's asking about SOXL. So that's an ETF that follows the semiconductor sector long. It's an accelerated one, so it's 3 times. I don't tend to follow those that closely,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean, I watch my few semiconductor stocks directly. I just, there's nothing particularly that would make me think the semiconductor sector is ready to break out. Well, I'm seeing it has some interesting movement pre-market. So, if you like it, by all means, you keep in mind if you're trading it, it's really at the whim of the underlying stocks, as they all are. And these things always trade on the American Stock Exchange, which just for me means the fees are higher. So, if I'm going to trade one, I probably will pick the semiconductor stock that I think is moving most. And as you all know, I love AMD, so I usually just default to that in any event. That being said, it's cheap on a dollar cost basis, right, or a per share cost. So, if you like it, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends, let's take a look at the moderators lineup that we have going on here. And someone mentioned OCEA. Yeah, that one I have on my list here. Risky pile, guys. It's taken off. Low flow this morning. That's really in play. I mean, you see here up now 70% almost, and 6.6 million shares traded. So,
And
um,
And they're already throwing all sorts of limits. If you see on your screen there on the montage, right? It's
yeah,
hard to borrow. They've already got a short sale restriction. I expect this
yeah.
thing is probably going to hit a halt at some point when after the market opens. So it's
Mm-hmm.
moving, but just understand what you're getting into, right? If you know how to trade these, there's great opportunity in them. But if you don't, you could just get killed, right? Because you could get
Yeah.
caught in the wrong halt or just a pullback. It can be very painful because those pullbacks can be sharp and extreme.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice guy is asking, is the Fed bar speech I-11, is that Powell? I don't think so. I'm not sure if that's him.
No, it's Barr is whatever his name, Bill Barr. Barr, what's his
Yeah.
first name? Whatever his first name is. Anyways, and I think it's at 10, isn't it?
Well,
It starts at 10,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
So
yeah, I'm not sure. Well, when Powell talks, you definitely know.
I,
It's all over the where, so all over the place, so
yeah,
you'll
I
know.
I think Powell probably needs a nap today. He's been busy the last 2 days with his testimony, so I'm sure he's going to be staying out of the limelight for the next little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% agree. Guys, here's our moderators list this morning. We have Thor coming in with the Qs, the Spy as well. And then we also have Tesla and JD on his list, which again, looking really good. I have both of those on my list as well. Mike will be looking at Tesla and NVIDIA. Peter, AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, JD, Apple, and Meta. Susan will be looking at Tesla, Meta, and the overall market. Eamon likes this morning American Airlines for a long and maybe CLF. Megan looking at JD today, Jared, Tesla, Meta, Nvidia, JD, and so the MJ sector there due to EDBL move yesterday. So, good morning so far, guys. I like the way things are setting up. 9:15. We're going to continue here in our chat room trading live. For those over on YouTube, have an amazing trading day. And we will see you guys tomorrow, Friday at 8:30 a.m. as we continue here. Wow, look at this OCEA, guys. This thing is just cranking.
Yeah, it's the volume's
Yeah,
picking up, so it might be good into the open. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
I'm not here with you tomorrow because I'm on the road heading to South Carolina, but Carlos will be in. Sorry, not Carlos. He's up above. He's sitting right up above me right there.
Right here.
But Thor will be here replacing me, so you get the joy of having Thor on the mic. So I will see you guys on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter, safe travels tomorrow. And yeah, friends, take care. We will see you tomorrow. Have an amazing trading day today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe if it's your first time in the channel, and we will see you very soon tomorrow. Take care.
Later, everyone.